Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Children are a blessing to parents. Every child is born with their own uniqueness, but some of this uniqueness is striking and tends to awe the entire world. Today, we'd love to showcase to you some of these amazing people. Here are 10 kids you won't believe exist. Watch out for Deepak Paswan's distinctive feature. Number 10. IJALANA. Bubbled as the most beautiful girl in the world, 7-year-old IJALANA's photos were shared on Twitter and Instagram by a photographer in Nigeria, leaving the world in awe with her natural beauty. JARE has a great dark complexion, piercing eyes, and amazing hair that complements her photogenic nature with ease. Social media users were totally captivated by solo photos of the little girl that emerged in 2018. Her stunning photos have left netizens in awe with their striking beauty, scooping thousands of likes and comments since they've went up. Her siblings Jomi and Joba, who are models as well, aren't left behind. They've also posed for the camera and featured on their family's social media pages. The dazzling girls took the internet by storm. Their whole family was under the spotlights. Ever since their natural beauty became a hot topic amongst media outlets, the 3 Nigerian sisters became instant celebrities and Instagram influencers. Her promising modeling talent and beauty are almost unbelievable for a girl at that age. As Bamuia, her photographer, said, JARE has timeless portraits that will speak to her in adulthood. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal, you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works. Number 9. Kalani and Jarani. Thomas Dean and Whitney Meyer are the lucky parents to Kalani and Jarani, and they're from Quincy, Illinois. Meyer had been posting pictures of the adorable, unique pair since they were born, and their images have been going viral ever since. The outstanding duo portrays their parents most unbelievably. Jarani inherits brown skin from her dad, who is black, while Kalani has fair skin like her mother, who's white. Despite their stark physical differences, their DNA is the same. Kalani and Jarani are dizygotic, scientific terms for fraternal twins. In this case, each embryo receives a different medley of genes from mom and dad. Because there's so many genes that control skin tone and eye color, even scientists aren't able to grasp all the potential ways they can interact. When parents are of different races, the inherited genes for skin color can be distributed differently. In an interview, Meyer said that she considers the girls a symbol against racism and a sign to love everyone equally, and that you can't look at one and not love them both, since they're the same girl, just different colors. Love is indeed colorblind, don't you think? Number 8. Tessa Evans. Tessa Evans from Meyer, Ireland, was born with an extremely rare condition called congenital arrhythmia, a condition that can occur in only 1 in 197 million births, with only 47 reported in medical history. With this condition, the baby is born without any nasal passages or sinus cavities, with no sense of smell. Granny, the mother, discovered Tessa's condition at 20 weeks of her pregnancy through a scan. Tessa's mother had 2 other young kids before Tessa was born. Granny had mixed emotions when Tessa was born. She grieved the child she thought she was going to have and was filled with so much guilt. Tessa's parents made the tough decision for Tessa to undergo a pioneering operation, where a mold was inserted into her face to stretch her skin and slowly help build the missing facial feature. This will involve a series of procedures over several into her adulthood. In teenage years, when the face stops growing, she will get her final prosthesis, which will be tattooed with light and dark shades to look like a real nose. Tessa's nose will grow with her instead, preventing major surgery when she's older. Tessa, becoming the first patient to have a cosmetic nasal implant, proved the parents put a lot of trust in her surgical team and trusted they were making the right decision for Tessa's future. Tessa has always been healthy and met all her milestones, despite having a difficult start to life, always smiling and never letting her condition deter her from doing anything. Number 7. Charlotte Garside. Born in 2008, prematurely at 16 weeks, weighing only 2 pounds with a rare form of primordial dwarfism and very fragile, she's the tiniest girl in the world. She weighed 9 pounds at the age of 5 years. She weighed only 2 pounds at birth. At 2 years of age, she was only 22 inches tall and wore newborn baby clothes. Her elder sisters dressed her in doll clothes and, indeed, she looked like a porcelain doll. Having been 9 pounds at the age of 5, she was the average size of a newborn baby. Despite the serious nature of her rare case, Charlotte's described as inquisitive and a great personality full of life and joy. She's not treated differently by her family, but is encouraged to live a normal life as much as possible. Charlotte has experienced the life of any normal sibling with her sisters Chloe, Sabrina, and Sophie. Number 6. Mohammed Kaleem. Born in a small village in Jharkhand state in eastern India, Mohammed Khalid was born with a rare form of gigantism that causes his hands to grow unproportionally with his body. At the age of 8 years, only his hands weighed a colossal 2 stone apart. Due to his condition, it was extremely difficult for him to complete his daily chores, like eating, taking a bath, and dressing. He'd been bullied by his peers and, believe it or not, he was denied admission to school because his hands would scare other children. The family suffered stigmatism from their close family members and neighbors who believed Kaleem's condition was a result of a curse, branding him as a devil's child. Kaleem's story was covered by several international newspapers, and as a result, a group of expert doctors in southern India decided to help the child. Dr. Sabapathy took on the challenge to help reconstruct Kaleem's hands. Kaleem was medically checked and diagnosed with localized gigantism. Number 5. Milagros Cerrone. Milagros Cerrone from Peru was diagnosed with cyanomelia, also known as mermaid syndrome, that typically kills newborns within hours of birth. Milagros beat the incredible odds to survive, even managing to walk after several surgeries to separate her legs. Mermaid syndrome is a very rare congenital disorder that causes deformities of the lower spine and lower limbs. Babies are born with either partial or complete fusion of the legs, and may also have gastrointestinal issues or kidney problems. Despite all the extreme odds, Milagros lived and underwent several surgeries to separate her legs. She was given a new lease on life, a silver lining you can call it for the joyful angel. Milagros was reportedly being treated in Chupaca province for her kidney chronic issues, where she allegedly passed away from a brain hemorrhage, tragically as a result of a kidney problem. Number 4. Fu Wenguai. Fu Wenguai, a boy from Beijing, China, was diagnosed at the age of 6 years to be suffering from congenital scoliosis and an abnormal chest frame. Wenguai has 3 extra vertebrae in his neck, a total of 10, as opposed to 7 for a normal person, causing his neck to be extra long. As a result, he got the nickname Giraffe Boy. The compression from the vertebrae makes it difficult for him to walk and causes him immense pain. Wenguai always causes a stir whenever he goes out. He's now scheduled for surgery to try and reduce the size of his neck and hopefully improve his movement. A charity organization based in Beijing offered to sponsor the procedure, and doctors in Chaoyang Hospital laid out a treatment plan. Surgical treatments included spinal fusion and herma vertebrae removal. This will stop the growth in the abnormal part of the spine, preventing the curve from getting worse. We're not sure if the surgery was successful or not, but we hope for the best. Number 3. Narayana. Narayana was born in Yakutia in Siberia. Surprisingly, all other members of her family have black hair. Her recognition has been made possible due to her looks and striking ability to work well in front of the camera. Narayana, an albino girl whose pale hair and porcelain skin have seen her nicknamed Snow White, has been offered multiple modeling opportunities in advertising agencies. Her mother, Alina, doesn't think she's ready to embark on a career in front of the cameras just yet. However, her daughter is keen to try modeling, but is focusing on her childhood hobbies of drawing and dancing for now. Her eyes don't like bright light, but despite this, her pictures come out brilliantly. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on our future video. Number 2, Laura and Mara Bawar. These aren't your ordinary photo models. Their striking appearance couldn't help but send shockwaves through the fashion industry with a bang. The twin girls from Sao Paulo, Brazil have albinism. They lack skin and hair pigment, but their condition does not deter them from embracing their unconventional beauty to the fullest. Their exceptional features caught the attention of a Swiss photographer who lived in Sao Paulo in 2016. He engaged the two girls at the tender age of 11 years old in what was a personal project at the time known as Flores Raras, meaning rare flowers in Portuguese. Terra Nova photographed the girls along with their older sister Sheila with no albinism to showcase their diversity. There was no turning back from this point. The trio have since been signed to model for big brands. They feel they're representing not only albino or black beauty, but those who, like them, have ever felt or still feel unrepresented by editorials, billboards, and TV. Through feedback from their fans and followers, they've come to learn that their work and message have helped many people, especially kids, to embrace their uniqueness and live with it without regrets, whatever it may be. Number 1, Deepak Paswan. Deepak Paswan, 7 years old, was born in India with a parasitic twin conjoined to his abdomen. It was like he had 4 legs and 4 arms and 1 head. He suffered years of stigma after being born with this condition. Several from his community saw him as a god, while to others, he was the reincarnation of the devil. His condition was a shock to his parents, who live in the small village of Belahari in Bihar. Indu, Deepak's mother, had no idea of how her unborn baby was developing with a parasitic twin attached to his chest and belly. Indu traveled to her mother's house when she went into labor in a nearby village. Her labor dragged on more than expected. It was clear something was wrong. When 8-limbed Deepak finally came to the world, there were gasps of horror. Seeing he had 4 legs and 4 hands, everyone was shocked. No one knew what to do. The parasitic twin legs were growing at the same rate as Deepak. The youngster was now carrying around an extra 3 kilos on his tiny 12-kilogram body frame. The Fortis Hospital in Bangalore offered to operate on Deepak. His parents were keen and had to get more details. The CT scans and MRIs revealed Deepak wasn't sharing any major organs with his parasitic twin, but a major artery supplying blood to the twin could create a risk of severe blood loss. After a grueling 4-hour successful surgery, the parasitic twin was separated from Deepak's body. The happy youngster looks like any other child now. Days after the surgery, Deepak started enjoying a normal life, up and walking around, cycling, and playing with his siblings and friends.